Me say if you look at the thousands of people
next week
who attended Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia rallies for Volta region, what do you say?
I don't know.
Oh, you should know. You know the dynamics of that region.
Kabila. Professor Kingsley Nyaku says Kabila is hiding. I'm sure you are the one who understands why he's saying that.
I'm looking for him. Rob, I'm looking for you.
You are hiding.
I'm looking for you.
Now, Allotey, why who pictures the videos not auto then?
Prof shouldn't hide from me.
Allotey.
Yeah.
Why who pictures the video not auto then?
Oh, your Volta, rallies, you know.
I said, man,
thousands of people where Muhu Sakrabu do put that the echo Volta region. Mama campaigns are making the youth, thousands of youth.
But
the win elections are you.
But also, Ebeja Tum, with your experience, the crowd doesn't always mean votes.
No, the crowd means votes.
It doesn't always
in the late 60s.
Bedema. Okay.
Azazo no so fashion because adi tetegu way aye clean ekwa ene chom engineer
tetegu no dem
or dem was fatini kama
is bodu before I bodu of a
Chinese food one cement factory
yo abaye ho nyina
yeah kama
oh azazo no matter
yaman geze owo owa
ekwa me yin dem kwa portions yi my crusade wo ho
common sense is not common
to common people.
Common sense is not common.
So the Accra Capos Road.
Nyaman getting people appreciate no more support to Waban.
I'm happy to hear there's progress.
He's doing well.
Kwamana dan kana kwaba.
Yeah, uncle.
Apom.
Aduma no be so dia sha.
Abe. Igwafu. Allotey se kwa ne dem.
Moja so is afo.
O dem tuka.
Abe, na bakasa se.
E kwa na bi.
Allotey zuba.
Na kwa na bi amam gadam.
E kwa bi ayin obe.
We boy.
Kwa na egbe, agbe modem.
Ine mekeke duwe. Okay, asabi.
Wa be then.
Wa be then.
No we boy.
Why?
No, Gwamina,
Masa.
What do you mean? So what do you mean? I'm a Kabila Kwabo.
Kabila or Black Botarudo. It's
Come on,
what
share Udi Allotey chia obewu. Udi Allotey chia. Udi Allotey chia.
Chavangera.
Yes, my
you are here then no be ya.
Na ewuda.
Aso be ya.
Ewuda be ka de obeye ya.
Ne ibowa ewuso ayeso Doje de owu be ya.
Neche Kwame.
Na nipa na we win.
Che wo kwa wama.
Yeah. Yes, sister, your girlfriend, your sweetheart, your mommy. I go what you want to say.
Oh, Kwame, fantastic.
How do you see my Ayoko?
Fantastic. Sweet, lovely, beautiful,
intelligent.
Now,
refreshing, ebullient.
Dedi kanya. Abibremu yanya oba awoko di sa di breno. Said the whole Commonwealth.
But she's taking over from a woman too.
Yes.
A black woman though. But not a black woman.
Yeah. Or African.
Not necessarily.
Of the Caribbean also.
Yeah.
And the trend ne pa bi away mu. Any Kwame Nkrumah some can say given the opportunity, the African is capable of managing his or her own affairs. They were class. your quality na ye nsusu mu ye hu abomfia and Kwame you see to the credit of His Excellency President Nana Akufo-Addo statement adansidia odi fa maame no ho etimi lobby ni colleague African presidents
papa
ama even though omo ana maame no omo pre no mienu omo so nya ya bibifo
mema so
na otimi edi nkunim ewo omo so no esese mampani so ye bona ba so ode okuden edi yenua ba ye maame enua yadanfo Shirley honorable odidi na chisa na Kwame
yes
ade bia meka idi kan kakra wo ha enye ye bo abaso no kese ni hia se adwuma som wodi ni die be ye ama abaso bo ayede ma no ebe wie mu die enti yenua ba yadanfo ye bibia no yen kai no se ba bia wo kwei ne waye wo ha no bo modern so be ye bia kan na fe nso so ma humra nyam ma wani humra nyam
papa bi
ma wana mo ntuo nyina ho nte na yen ka se ye frɛ wa ya mfrɛ kwa
yeah
o ba be ye ma ne ye fɛ se de Matinta Junior King Junior kan abribi no ebedru da bi no osoro ene asase nyina be gina ka se ma mi bi tena se a wo ye na dwuma yi a ye frɛ no Shirley Ayoko Botchwey ya penso no yes ade no enene mpaya me de me body man
Secretary General of the Commonwealth
mama ni remfi ni nchida on kai babu free eba sa ne ma mienu yi ma remfi na kai ene de nipa ko na ni
Allotey, any comments?
Kwame meti news no ya medabasa na Ghana ha ewa nya otum ojina pintin obua Ghana man o hye Ghana yimnyam de bia ye gudami bakon na yimase. You know, for a president to lobby Morocco to make sure that Mabafabe becomes the General Secretary of the Commonwealth, he has succeeded. Sisiala, all eyes on Ghana. She will become a tourist attraction. Now, Mama Sani in there, no relationship with the Caribbeans, no other blacks of the diaspora. The homecoming policy ya benza to way. We tumuna we are shene amanfu wa wenchi. So them may be known by their DNA. We tumu discover on man family wo fifimun. We tumu aba na nyami o yimpa de se yinyim senja ama yenyu anu wo ke firi ho. Ami madwini de wo ke firi ho de. Wo benye nyuboi adusua no waza befie Africa no wa bobo awon yan mo wa nti Shirley we djuma no so na menyim de butuma ye oyo bi on pekasa nti aye nti na sam na so no rubo djuma nti congratulations Raba wa hanya yugo
Kwayaje
yo
Kwayaje Kwamina I like the way you started with a little laughter.
Why are you going there?
Wahala iko. Yamana iko.
Money juma.
Money juma.
That's right. Kwame, ozikan oze Imiam asha no ho da share. Oman Ghana da share. Gadangwe funyina. I hwa na
amina mugege anje chama jira bagade don't go that way
mankadam
which one
yeah
yeah I mean if a former president has a perception that ada want to we here dokuna chinama
hey wa kamo
yeah Kwame
wa kamo
see o here there mpemfo bo hwe hwa no kasa yi o part of what synopsis there says boku he once upon a time ebra we yina no hu da o ya tititifia kagina ho there was a little flash boku kaka ho there say MPP wa bema na Boko some OP. I mean, on this platform, we condemned it, and you had as many Ghanaians condemn him. The answer in the Zia, so Wasa, Wake Jina. New way free no there. Or Croho.
Yeah, we are your colleagues.
No, make a case.
Yeah, we are your colleagues.
This is
and Pocho, don't dilute your call for me.
This is in parenthesis.
Okay.
I'll get back to the track. That, okay, you know, Hoka there. A Bokuna non quado was Safata region. Northern Hong Kong to two Binomo, and somehow can Moko Kuri. Then I say I'm away see. Kwame, on so nano, on Shanano. There, my pain on manning na ni pain da. And see, Summer Casa, mon son, no manu. Na. Iku kase sedan kraman gadambe kase na mo wa adwunu mi nda ho de wo hia hwe wo ho ase kire mo abrabom ho kan ko bia ya da o hia ho na mom adamba ho anyi ho doko na chinam. And Kwame, this is a clear example of who the Gans and the Gandangwes, who they are and where they can rise up to. Oh yeah, yimyam kasa oda shomani na da shega gadambe, and I'm sure she's going to serve as a beacon, as an example.
Yeah.
To the girl lady, that young lady who is coming up and wants to look up to somebody. Now, Kwame, the public service is not in doubt. 16 years as a member of Parliament. At one point in time, Omani na constituency. Osopa. Kwame. For 4 consecutive wager 4 consecutive times. Competitive election ni na owini na ngasa na odu baby mo so impa baye bi wa meye nyina no gina nchen ma obi so abotuado. Kwame serve as Deputy Minister Foreign Affairs Wokufo na Abrodo discharge yourself creditably. Ena Omanpain Ekufuado na Abrodo so Foreign Minister. Kwame, in all this period Nimbra was serve as a public rendering public service. Yenya as somebody be kitiketimpa able to me that data. Kitiketimpo you obina, I mean, a master of lies. Na nigga fabrication, left, right, center, occasionally. But nina all those attempts fell flat. Na wejina suna wajina no suma wasum. Amama nyina ehun na Kwame odinwa akagina ma Commonwealth as many as 56 nations.
Yeah.
Na nwa wo yini gina so Kwame yeda mofam bi o ekabirifo
Papebi.
na odi nkwimiza ba oba panyin nyiminyamfo ayoko yebo wa ba do mbo na ni secretary general yorokezi Kwame, such groupings, they work closely with the United Nations. Nangasa, United Nations system, papa as a foreign minister, and now his position, her position as a Secretary General, she's now going to even work closer with the United Nations structures. Now, countries are members of the Commonwealth. Any matter, any issue which might crop up and which require a certain zoom in to go and resolve it, you have Ayokoboche play that role. This thing also the in that man says you're in climate. One of the cardinal areas open or tackle climate and development of the youth. Nina ya papa and see Kwame, I join you. I know she occupies a big space in your beautiful heart.
Oh yes, she does.
On yonder, you celebrate her virtually all the time. I quite remember on her sister's birthday.
Hey, last year.
Yeah, Kwame Nantontunya, I must say Kwame. And see, as for your heart, if we want to find how much space I occupies there, is a big one.
Very big.
So I join you on this special occasion.
Great.
Na yebo obapayin nabado umuneye.
Papa. Ayoko Botchwey Shirley, and I'm sure that we are all proud of her. Please tell Kwabena that today, if he does his 95% English and 5% Fantichi, I'll tune off out of protest.
No.
Okay. Fred, what's in there's a Phantom Quitting. Shirley Akoboche's elevation is great news for all of us as Ghanaians. It is with pain that the NDC and its flag bearer have refused to celebrate her. Now, I don't know where this is about. Well, I don't know. Maybe they will do.
I don't know, sir. Former President Mahama Aye.
Which is beautiful.
Yes.
So Nana Surgery, go look for it.
Men will be there on social media.
Great. Mami Ajwa says you are all correct for 100%. God bless us all. Ayokoboche has made us forget a bit about the problem concerning the Speaker in Parliament. She's a distinguished diplomat who has worked hard to earn the position. Above all, she's naturally beautiful and intelligent. I wish her well. Eric Amponsap Boateng, tax expert. Now this one says the President of the Republic, Akufo-Addo, campaigned to the extent of campaigning to even non-Commonwealth presidents with the hope that they'll convince other Commonwealth heads of state. That was how far the president went to support our own Shirley Ayokoboche. Nita Kotego, thank you very much for that information. And then let's see if there are any others here. Whatever it is, our very own Ayokoboche makes us very proud. Very, very proud. In the meantime, on the sidelines, Kofi Adabo says, kindly send my greetings to my inter-science teacher today. Today, more infante. He has promised that he will do it. So Kofi Adabo to his science teacher, Kwamena Duncan. Bringing the time to 25 minutes to 10 o'clock. Peace 104.3. Congratulations to Ayokok Boche. You made us proud. KBSC in second D. And then Francis Brakwa says, the same way Akufo-Addo successfully recommended Ayokoboche, so will it happen with Bawumia. DMB will surely be the next president. Francis Brakwa sends that one. Well, celebrating Shirley Ayokoboche, intelligent, beautiful, Ghanian woman, proud, made us all proud, and at the end of the day, we salute you.
Masa nana china autodesia. Na sam kasi debi o kan inde. Yadi mumbuzin.
Yadi
mumbuzin.
Ayokoso yadi mu abonizin.
That's how it. That's how it is. Yadi mumbuzin.
Why yadi mu abonizin? Ayoko. Charlie, you day from what? You day from. So all the dede am here fa no hono.
No, Papua New Guinea food.
You know, the other day here is in Komo Hana message me a random ABKQ. Quite a lot of Ghanaians have done well on the international stage. If we cut out the politics,
yes.
I mean from Mr. Kenneth Dazi, Alex Kwesin-Saki.
Saki comes first.
Yeah. Alex Kwesin-Saki, Kenneth Dazi, Dr. K.Y. Amwakon, who was Economic Commission for Africa. A lot of Ghanaians, international diplomats. Our very own Ekospio Gabra. Yeah. Hannah Tete. Madam Hannah Tete. Betty Modi Drisu. And of course the big one, Kofi Annan. May he find rest forever. Busumuru. A lot of Ghana. Why are to anymore? Well, Merubo needs in connection with international service to Ghana.
International.
Ghana fired. In fact, the late Lieutenant General Emmanuel Alexander Eskin. General Arnold Kwenu. Lieutenant General Seth Obing.
Brigadier General Anyudo.
Hey, but don't reduce him. Major General Henry Kwame. As Brigadier General. Major General Henry Kwame Anyudo. Hey, we've served though.
Yeah.
He's still
Ghana.
What was in was on
Deputy Commander,
Anidoho. No, Anidoho was Rwanda. He was deputy force commander.
Is it written on that?
Yeah. Lieutenant General Bain was UNIFIL commander.
Okay.
General Esking. Unfortunately, Major General Vib Zanziri no okwena one baby, you know. Obey but one benny. May he rest in peace.
Yes, his wife was a senior police.
His wife was a senior police officer.
Yeah.
So we've had some distinguished Ghanaians on the international stage. Today, what we in Papa. Dr. Dr. Mohammed Ibn Chambers. Yemen.
Papa.
Yemen.
Dr. Kwame Nkrumah.
Of course.
National mission.
The maestro general.
But you know somebody called Dr. Robert Gardner.
Yes.
Gardner.
Yeah.
Ovi and Mabo. Krasibio. No Krasofana Asafra. No. Asafra no.
But Mabu Ibesi.
Asafra no.
Can Mabu Krasibio.
No, Orileti. Jogobus is it.
I saw the Bunkums.
Yeah. But I saw the Wusukumo.
The Wusukumo.
I didn't hear the Gungams.
Ghana for to you anymore. I mean, we should celebrate our own. Remember, but to be sure, I came also the late Ambassador Dr. E.M. Deborah.
Yes, another Kwabuchema.
Was the first Ghanaian to be appointed as the Secretary General of the Commonwealth. That's interesting. I don't know this.
Oh, okay.
I honestly don't know.
And they want our prepare.
Oh,
Minimum cry.
Your platform is being used against some people.
Are they?
The word prepare.
Mpacho. Presec is my second school. Intima Kwabuche Presec.
Odogono is my first.
Watch him, Papa. Watch him. Watch him. Now, interesting. This one says, Kwame, your very good friend T.T. Owusu-Nortey is currently the first African, the first black person, and the first Ghanaian to rise to the position of the first global president of the Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport since its establishment in 1919. Wow! My own guy T.T. Owusu-Nortey. Hey, I'm a big man, Jiboy. I see. So T.T. Owusu-Nortey is the first Ghanaian to become president of the Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport International. There are Ghanaians all over, man. Thank you very much for doing good work. Thank you very much for okay, some are talking about Chambers. We've mentioned him already. Our very own Dr. Mohammed Ibn Chambers. Mekai started off as Deputy Foreign Minister under Jerry John Rawlings.
He was even once Deputy Speaker.
Yeah. Oh, Deputy Speaker of Parliament.
Yes.
Yeah. We look at Chambers and we are so proud. And but as for me, I say Shirley Ayokobochi, an example to young women, older women, and Ubia say, look, cut out the politics, look at us as Ghanaians, and let's be proud of each other. Papa. Congratulations to you, Madam Ayokobochi, wherever you are, whether within hearing range of my voice or not. Hey, we salute you. Now, another one comes from my teacher, IKGC. He says, good morning, Chairman General. Yes, sir, please, are you holding your balls? He says, Mr. A.L. Edu became permanent secretary to Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, and later Deputy Secretary General of the Commonwealth from 1966 to 1970. Salute.
Wow. Deputy Secretary General.
Mema Besinko. Mema pa. Obisi Kwame, you are biased. So soldier people. How about police? Former police commissioners, former IGP Mohammed Al Hassan and former IGP James Opombuenu also served with the UN as police commissioners.
Correct.
Sayeka police there, I mean, swimming comedy. Minya Penny David Ashanti Pietu also worked with Interpol. Former IGP Ashanti Pietu
in his retirement.
also worked with Interpol. So there are quite a lot. Yakami say, how about Ambassador Kwesi Kwate and Ambassador Martha Pobi?
AU.
Yeah, AU. Charlie, we day. But you know the interesting thing, at a point, Chambers was deputy to Spio Gabra, right? Education, Anamibwa.
Yeah, I should think so.
At a point, am I right? Am I wrong? Because now a deputy foreign minister to Obeda Samoa.
Yeah.
And I think he became deputy to Spio Gabra. Okay, I may be wrong.
Education.
Such Chambers, okay, education, Kakro.
I wonder.
Anna. Anyway, if anybody has it, they should let me know. And it's interesting that both of them also excelled on the international stage. Obia Kaimi, Ambassador Victor Gbeho.
Yeah, another.
Ambassador James Victor Gbeho.
Another great guy.
Papa. Hey, Ghana. Nche wazo you. Nyeza manyo semi, nyeza how you home. But in Pojo Kwamna so pente, but Kwamna, let me celebrate my alma mater. The Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center. 20th anniversary, Abba. Kofi Annan International. Yes, it's 20 years old. It's 20 years old. And the theme says creating or celebrating 2 decades of peacekeeping and peace building excellence. Into Estati 31st of October at the KAIPTC auditorium. Into Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center. Near Juma, it's been 20 years already.
Why has it?
And it's heartwarming that such an institution has been named after one of Ghana's foremost diplomats, Mr. Kofi Annan. So if you attended KAIPTC or you're affiliated or associated with it, remember we are 20 years old tomorrow. Let me salute the Commandant, Major General Richard Adojani. Good morning, sir. And congratulations on a good job done. The 20th anniversary of Abeto. Any union Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center. Good job. God bless. And then obviously, yes, Chambers was at a point education deputy. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Well, I'm still looking for it. And then there are a few others. Nana Dr. SKB Ashanti.
Yes.
When you say Nana Dr. SKB Ashanti, and you want Dr. KSB Ashanti. Interesting, yeah. All of them have served on the international stage. Ubia Kaimi said Dr. JK Inti of blessed memory also was on ECOWAS. Dr. Inti, Papa, Mema Besion. Yeah, Mami, Dr. Mary Chinri Hesse.
Oh, Yaman Shazun.
Yaman Shazun. My brother, Herman, my brother.
My senior.
My brother. Oh, yeah, I see a Kwabutri boy, yeah. Hey, now the list is getting longer. Dr. Nefi Ba, immediate past deputy director of the World Health Organization. That's another man we need to celebrate. Dr. Anefi Ba. Hey,
he was in the thick of affairs.
Yes, during COVID. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he was at the table, head of the table.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. Okay. So it's been corrected. It says between April 1997 and December 2000, Mohammed Ibn Chambers was Deputy Minister of Education in charge of tertiary.
But was it?
I don't know if he was deputy to Spio.
No.
But interesting. Into Mohammed sending me that some research. No. Hey, Ayakobotri in the avenue. Celebrating Ayakobotri has brought us thus far. Yes. Yes, Dr. Kwenye here. If we're Kwenye here. Dr. Ifwa Kwenye here. In fact, Professor. Ekua, not Ifwa. Professor Ekua Kwenye here. She was on the International Criminal Court. Charlie, Ghana, we get people before. But Yama, Amanyosemne, tribalism, Sembia,
Parliamentary coup d'etat.
Sometimes let's look on the brighter side. Let's look on the brighter side of. Yeah, Bonodo. Meaning that one with them. Anyway, Kwamina. World Trade Organization. Alan Chairman, no, he didn't get that, did he? He bid.
He put in his bid.
He put in his bid, but
he was not successful.
He wasn't successful. But regardless, that's another solid Ghanaian, Mr. Alan Chermating. On the world stage, we salute all Ghanaians who've made us proud. But this morning, we are celebrating our very own Shirley Ayoko Botchwey. Wherever you are, madam, stand up. We salute you. Be proud. Be very, very proud. In the meantime, in so much more so you see traffic ding. If we Taifa Junction, Eba Achimota Tesanoha, yes, say why you so Basa area ha unya baby before from Pachofa. Why? Bebwa. There's heavy traffic on the main in Swam to Achimota Road. You see from Taifa Junction to Achimota Tesano. Hey, both
there's an activity going on at the police.
Police depot, but where there's a Ubenya baby from Pacho. Yeah, Ubenya baby for far. In Pacho, your best stress.
The flyovers in here, no.
Chewina Alpha do Neko baby.
Now, why you fly over Kakrepa? Was the fire service station Kashasi?
Yeah. Well, in the field of journalism, remember quickly, in my own field, let me celebrate Cameron Dodu, let me celebrate Elizabeth Ohene, let me celebrate Kweku Sechiado, let me celebrate Ben Efson, let me celebrate my brother, the late Komla Dumont, and let us celebrate all Ghanaians who are still working. International stage. I'm talking about those.
Okay.
Because in Yamika,
international stage.
I'm celebrating Ghanaians who through the field of journalism have made Ghana proud. Yawampo for Ankara, Akwesi Sapong, Vera Kwakufi, all the Ghanaians on international media, organizational outlets. They're making Ghana proud. We salute all of you.
Was a correspondent.
Yes. For 13 years, BBC. Ben Efson was. Elizabeth Ohene there for 20 years. She worked there. Cameron Dodu there in the 60s and 70s. I am from Komla Dumont until his unfortunate demise.
This gentleman who came to be with Mama.
Oh, Ben Doche Malo. Ben Doche Malo as well. You know.
And Prosper Bani.
Which media organization?
No, not media.
Mas, I'm talking my field of work. Don't make a media for. Make a monk of. Let me also celebrate the first Ghanaian to ever fly an A380 aeroplane, Captain Solomon Nana Kwenu. He flew the A380 into Accra. Plane cabin. Captain Solomon Nana Kwenu of Emirates. There's so much we can celebrate about Ghanaians, you know.
What's the plane about one for Togo Funya? Oh, that's no big job.
I don't know what's act.
No West plane. Oh yeah, no one plane.
Oh, that was a good one. Anyway, it's Kwamina. Back to the business of the parliamentary standoff. It's 8 minutes to 10. Me too.
Wait for pim. Yeah.
Before business club.
Yeah.
My more professor Osafo Abaso.
Kabila Manisu na baby akasamenti.
Professor Osafo yembo.
Professor Joseph Osafo.
Yes. Initiate na no make say me the baako ba. Me nu akwadwo Pokun Safo. Otra ka say say more than one. It very dim one no. Me ka say me the baako be ka ho. Mfa mienu nko wana ka kire no. Baako kra de ko. The sombo pa nyame ye baako pe. Nti baako eye de na me ma ho odin betumi amede ye nemeridi mu.
Exactly.
Na wonu ma adwene adem die ho eye nipa esese ye nyina no omo adom mutu ye ta wo mu achi.
Enti Kwame Mamenchia wait for pem.
Yeah, Jodo.
Can Finfrimanto move.
And then can YouTube for one with your YouTube. What's the CCR? One form on to Wednesday listeners. It's a YouTube. It's
Kwame Mamenchia kweku ba kweku ba fam kakra we ma we shebia ne pe ankweku Abdul Malik ba ku Ghana etwe dues nyame be ma shebia nkodo anhwodo e che osonko na chi Kwame Minchia here live patron Eva and the pay retain
Madam Eva Mens. Obia came and said you forgot Richard Cote of the VOA. Yeah. So yes, the late Richard Cote of the VOA. Yeah. May he find rest. He was a proper ambassador of broadcasting and journalism on the international stage. Intimama came about Richard Cote, so Richard Cote of the GBC and later the VOA.
After his ambition was not only fried fish and cake.
Now Ubombe, remind Kwame Duncan. Remind Kwame Duncan that Kweku Bako is a quote unquote local journalist. Courtesy Jerry Rawlings. President Rawlings then referred to as a local journalist. Anyway,
very huge figure.
Yeah,
local journalists are a huge figure. We are where we are as a country, as a democracy.
No, a small boy.
But for people like Kukuba, I tell you, Masha, risk their lives and all of that. Uncle, I appreciate you to die, and to be mentioned, it's show. Now, live patron, come Mama fa if you do not, Mama. Church you paying very Reverend Ebenezer K. Edu in Fanspim School. A church for our Hoina, Nejma for our Hoina. And to see a moon quadra, did it say, oh, yeah, Mofroma. No more than 1 year at the Swankake. Fancy Pim, Ubiarabo Femia, or your total life, total value addition. Fancy pimi na abohu obebia oyosonko na akensia dani orkodo ntete amoda tete mo from me ma ye kan nche fancy pim even before the contest must be declared the winners.
Wow.
Nwa was one ye kilasi wa pre ya ma won kedi sika na ewu nti ebo oye mpemfu a wo mfanti pem ebomu nyina ma abado mrenten ye bom pass nkoja mam nande mama ye bia mwetum account with victory na ye ntum yanka na yenja oye presiding bishop ya he paying most Reverend Abuaje recently
Abuaje
Jedu, that's right. Most Reverend, it's your crown, the task school nature, no leadership. Kwame Marian, Mamma Bawumia Honka Kaba says, Yazi, I can't tumna bro, Emma Michel.
Bawumia, Yak almost Mamma.
I'm a market baby. Last week, maybe saw there. Chamajina.
Yes.
What is happening in Volta region?
We'll come to that. That'll be Kwame, a part of Kwame's topic, but make a media for your ends in Pacho, judiciary for Swaba. Once say, please don't forget former Chief Justice of Kenya, Justice Akbalu, lawyers Jones Mensah, Attorney General Cameroon, lawyer Thomas Ennison, Attorney General Equatorial Guinea, Chief Justice Brobe of Gambia. In Portugal, I should acknowledge the judiciary as well. What's it, Kwame? Your own uncle, John Hammond. Well, John Hammond was with Radio Netherlands. Yes, not the, you said BBC, but my uncle John Hammond was Radio Netherlands. And then I'll say lately the small boys, George Addo Jr., and Daniel Dazi from Joy FM as well on the BBC. That's nice news. Yeah, Danyamiasi for all of them. Kojo Mensah was also with the BBC and established UN radio in Liberia. That's true. So we're grateful.
Kojo Mensah now with Asasi Radio?
Yeah, he's left Asasi Radio. Yes, he established the radio in, I think, Liberia and Sierra Leone.
Oh, okay.
UN radio. And used to be the BBC. Amanfabo, bro. Amanfabo, bro. But some people like to keep it very quiet. And, my own guy, Loving C, William De Botts, he used to be with the Deutsche Welle in Germany. So what type of cool? So what type of cool a Kumasi? So
Red Rock.
Best capital of
Anything from Sopo.
Loving C Michiano Pay. And let me just correct it. The former siege of Kenya was just Apalu, not Akpalu. Akpalu is different from Apalu. Okay, Papua New Guinea lawyer Ennison, one-time Attorney General. Okay, right. Acknowledge that as well. Okay, right. Yes.
Papa, I Sofupani, Right Reverend Harry Allotey. Sunday na ye launching in the book no. Me the manuma ntimi anko bibi twimi hye baby. Enti ye mo na baso say ahomigye mu kra no guso tro.
And Kwame na yesi me the full name. It is Most Reverend Professor Johnson Kwabena Asamoah-Gyedu.
Come on.
And it's Most Reverend Mr. King.
But I'm a full one. Also, Most Reverend Professor Johnson Kwabena Asamoah-Gyedu. Yes, sir. Or them.
Yes. Sofupani
Harry Allotey.
Congratulate you on book launch. Kwame also copy no. Enyama me am there according system but mentioning in Aba.
Okay.
Somebody says, how can you talk about legal people and forget Ikuya Kwenye here? I think you just tuned in. So Ikuya Kwenye here has been mentioned already. We've celebrated her. Yeah.
Yeah, so for Penny Harry Allotey at the dinner break or say Most Reverend Professor Johnson Kwabena Asamoah-Gyedu Kwabena.
Odem Kwabena na pursue. Kwabena.
He's a prolific writer.
Yes.
Yeah.
I tell you. I don't know, these days he stopped. Otherwise, every news, he was even writing newsreel. GBC. We are Bona Odashimo on the Wejay. Anyway, Nejman Adosu. That's right. Kwame.
Weja.
Omampay Nebedechi. Mawaye is Obim correctum. That's a we see that. General election presidential candidate wako every single constituency. Yeah, but
almost.
But that is it.
Almost.
Well, according to Kojo Poku, why 220?
20, yeah, almost.
Kwame, what does that? You know, such a day. When you do 2 minutes a month for that, nebe ma what's it? Sepede. What for the one qua? Be your mamma one. A lot better. Every single constituency 276. Our man paying never did you. Iba or what the mahon, young one there come home boom. Obia, we in the da. Emma Miche,
yeah.
We in the dadio. Or quite no I can come home boom. If you man told me about I can come home boom. Bawumia every single constituency input chade baby mayatwa baby a man for nothing asofo ahemfo kwawuranom egwadifo Kwame o hyehye ho nyina da emma na tumin mbra ne chede tum na oya mode na mu na wo pe wa fa mu akoya opere oboso me ba monado me dibu me da mo na Kwame o ye inje inde Damia otu simu from Anthony. What the room? It's a mass of an ahim for Walka. On my hina, Otse Gum, Nahim for Tenche. Os papa. I was the buyer and fair trap by year, or ya, or man paying never the tree. If I were funny thing, I da our friend Katas a shepherd, or my no, a Paramount chief. You know what's in Okasa, so for paying bizarre. No, so in one of those constituencies, no, so did that say.
Muslims and Christians will to bring Unya together.
Kwame, ma what kafa or ma pay neighbor the chinwe
or friend interfaith.
I hear full. Am I here? That's how one jumper or man paying neighbor the chinwe.
Sit down.
What with therefore be so one. In a Sarakotua bar. In a Sarakotua bar. No, or trouble more than the one the call. Osana, the bar your canoe mine, I do crowd in yum, I adore high hair. Kobna ya katase che pro kankan ya probia kwame nusu adade jana kwame onye da na de botwa na atam ade baba ne bra dem lobi okro oye northern regional ohene pon ohene kase ya na oka che ne wo be ya ribe ya da riba da owu na wo nuanom na wabusafo ya onu nti na riba o masra bano wo yanyim na ya kwa kwato oye hia ba pa etim pimpima wo tema ne pe wo kwa me wadwuma kasido ahemfo amahen asofu akase abrampon wa hweba Bawumia mfeso na busumudu ya wa bayo mampan na bedechi dasene de dikete de ma wa chiche no asasi don mpefo se mo ade wa chiche no so yin Kwame enti
Kwame na
Mama tutasre enfia wotwi onye da oye soko enfia wotwi onye da manyen wodadu nyina hyansa kan enfia wotwi onye da manyedu yedi nya adwunu bui yedi nyina no kasidam nanso se yedre toto emma yehuni wo man pain da na bredo Kwame
na
adiwe fita sika wo hwere o man pain na gasa no te gwado Kwame baby mabadan ni bia no ekata se na proya na sende ya wa hemfo amahin rididase for man pain na bedechi ho emfie so busubudu oso wo de yehu ne bibi damda. The matter is finished. Kwame, now come back to the matters on your table. Speaker Kwame Odakadan oya court batan Supreme Court there that no insha was the shan otina mbeshebegum okade ononent ase into all information. That's what we were told. Information. The information na ni effect on anyone. Information na nusu sado obokwekwo wieden. Na information a ogina oya mbese bagwa ho hyehyɛ a wo friend standing orders. Ma to bi ba wotwen. Ogina do ma ozika de. Oya ngwa na a odikɔ Aguna West odiko Suhum odiko Famina ena bente a owo West North no dey
Amenfi Central
Western
Amenfi Central
onne nta say ngwa na nya onamba mbese bagwa fo anan ma wa ye nti ngwa na wa atopan all my information na information no man Kwame na mu wekoko wiyen na Kwame se bakaya 2012 2013 presidential election petition se bakaya de enum na wobo oya Ekufuado obi tebilamte Bawumia ho asem guyin woka che ho de simple sensation. So Cheda say if the police station presiding officer wan faninsa and shasa ya kion ye say yo and Cheda say yet to abanu we oya a ballot accounting sheet oya wo fa na pink sheeting say presiding officer wan faninsa and shasa mbani Cheda ye di adwuma on ye Supreme Court batten what's it the right of representation, the sovereign will of the people. Oya man for no susuna we susun. Wo mama oya presiding officer, one finance shasen. O mama da amanfo na susun wombongu. That was Supreme Court. The law was that sir presiding officer na signer on yeda yet be yejuma. Now so court batani chede no between the two. Oya manfo no susun we susun. The sovereign power of the people. Yeah, mama, just because the presiding officer was signing. Yeah, mama, no, on board tungu. Kusana, my man for action on the Juma. That was the decision of the Supreme Court. I took my JSC led panel. Our compa, no, them, it's a constitutional instrument directs that way. And the constitution was supreme. And the Supreme Court was Jinado was the Buaya. Aja Obama Amanfu what these 4 constituencies. Constituencies are 9. A Speaker of Parliament will just sit in his chair. Kwame. On yet the Wakokoto. On yet the final judicial determination. Court determine. Afana ya bonko. More than Kabia Yaka. On yet the process no. Just the speaker sitting in his chair presiding. That is his understanding. And therefore, 4 constituencies, the people there are going to be deprived. One decision why the amount free with Ghanian. Kwame say if the court the seat to be declared vacant or the court. And so such a constitutional I know you know Article 99. Us even the validity of the election of the speaker, court no do determine. And yet, the speaker purports to declare seats vacant based on his understanding flowing from Regulation 18 of the Standing Order. No, Kwame, Ekopem, the Supreme Court akre on them. Embre Queen Lady Bawumia. All the parliament have a body. On them do my parliament so all the speaker have a body, the member queen. It to be there. Yet the body member queen who bang. When it checks him, when it's a Yadabama Waya Juma enforcement, the Mutumina and the queen at that man here Supreme Court. It's the meeting. My what I've done here. Trenchado, man for Yajuma. Kwame, what's it? What did the man make a command? Why said that someone there? One phone call. One phone call Supreme Court. Yet, in the face of this defiance, he has brought an application
to vacate.
To vacate the very institution that you are defying. Institution now, Kwame. It is in fact the last chance of our survival. Supreme Court is the last chance. You have a speaker whose office is created by the Constitution. Speaker whose powers, whether under the standing orders or under the Constitution.
And then that's why
parenthesis. Constitution no chere. Constitution no. Supreme Court and Kwame. The lawyers have something they say. They say he who seeks equity must come with clean hands. Kwame, Supreme Court in share there. Allotey or share there. Yamamunde song. Asami oyada oye hasam. Yamamunde song. Muna one from some nadina one from Madahe. And they gave the order when? I think it was on the 18th or so. I may be wrong on the date. Kwame, you can say Speaker of Parliament has failed to file a statement of case. And yet he purports there. Supreme Court no buoy mitsen or sanso alcohol there. I say more order now was shared, more order one from 20. This is a speaker leading us onto the path of chaos. For this Parliament, oh yeah, the 8th, is it the 8th or the 9th Parliament? 8th.
The 8th.
It will go down as the West Parliament. West.
Because?
Kwame, Nashasi was chaotic. Nashasi. Nashasi, on your 2021, 7th January, what we saw. And the finishing is even going to be unimaginable. Here, it is the speaker who is the man leading all of us on this path. Urban Bagbin. Now, Supreme Court, I judge for the Kwame. Want to see our dam on when you or what the abutar, what the calmness of mind, and now what the Yamiso or Sada, Yajuman or the Maria Yaminajuma. They will eventually navigate this. They will navigate and they will go beyond it. Nama and Branodan, I have been Kasa, what kind of the Supreme Court has become predictable. But Kwame, forgive me. Facham. Sebio is in Kwasasam is the Kokota. Sebio is in Kwasasam is the Kokota. And yes, but there, a book in Queen Daba. And he said in Kwasasam Sebio is the Kohot 1,000 times. Madababan on Yada over you, and therefore, it is the law. Kwame, in the court, it is the law. Make your case, make my case. The judge sees with all the matters from both sides. Then he also looks at the law, how he understands it.
He or she.
How he or she understands it. Now, the judiciary will not be perturbed. The Supreme Court will not be buffeted. In your man Fubaka or Yambra, no, what do you do? So, challenge the Supreme Court. A challenge the judiciary. Challenge them on point of law. They are saying, but they will not be cowed because you are out there and shouting and tagging them and saying all kinds of things about them. Let me rest here so my brothers can come in and let them have the space.
You actually need rest at this point.
Yes.
Yabaman Gallon. Kwame Manfegavila.
Chairman General.
Ain't the standoff in Parliament? I'm sure they're in the Supreme Court right now. Anyway. Kwame.
Media cup. I want to see the cup as half full,
not half empty.
Half empty. Yeah. Speaker Bagbin. Anyone more Tanachi, no. They have respected the place of the Supreme Court. One more jet to say, oh my Ghana. The Peace FM. Constitutional supremacy. The supremacy of the law. Emrano any de crown echen obia. Enti sachinyeje bi ba babia yekọ ekosiesie eso ano ene atemuakuo ba tan aye friend Supreme Court. Woni no nya adwene a enye no ne issue no. Woni no ya adwene a enye no ne issue no. De wo ho ne se de omo be ka no eno ne wom. Enti Chairman General me tie kakra am say minister can say ayi womo order so na o say or reject it. It is a process.
All of those.
No me ba. De me ma hu ani de ma kan ni say a process na majority leader a file ya serve on Parliament legal department no and no na speaker a direct clerks and so a deputy clerk cry and na watro ama say kwan ya fa so serve Parliament no etia emra etia kwanchra Chief Justice de Maye enti ogia enye yenti osan de bre wo mu.
I'm not intervening. Sexual application now that corner. It is all the things which have happened, including the orders that they did not even in the first place have their jurisdiction. That indeed whatever was presented to them was
that is an application before the court.
And you may patch there.
And you know make and
you may patch there. The woman order the unfanya juman if indeed was law abiding in a set away in a certain where he got Parliament to be suspended indefinitely, in the sitting, that was when that you should have went with the orders of the court.
So, what do you come back? The American say, one fat orders now court in the mine and Yajuma. But now, make us say, and your orders no and or see on for Yajuma. Letter now or my clerk no Troy. As some I walk at Anumuni say, why you fast to serve Parliament? Application honorable majority leader. Eddie Koye, F. Seminary Mercy no. And all case I'm for crime passo. No, the batem a friend say, he's drawing the attention of the Chief Justice to it. But application or the alcohol, it was Supreme Court, no. And they are coming on only view. And they say, Supreme Court, no, any who quite send Casasa. And Supreme Court, no, and done no. Kwame, when a review now, pay. He wants a review of the decision. And the Chief Justice Bayan say, obey and panel another odd number. Say no more numua, say on 7. Say no more swan, on 9. To review their own decision.
Is that what it means?
Yes. He's seeking a review. That's what he's done.
He's only asking for that order to be vacated.
No, but if you are asking for that order to be vacated, it can only be done in a review.
But based on the law.
Of course.
Not based on the law that you were wrong, so the 5 panel could still sit.
No. Oh, well. No. The most important point I'm making is that anyway, he has gone back to the Supreme Court.
You may be assistant.
Court has Kwame. Or come back to the Supreme Court. Onim say one more and they want the final authority to decide on this matter. He cannot clothe himself with the power and the authority to defy them. And to mean him say, I don't know. I ask them that to the extent say, well, who the limit? Say omro. Me pacho. That's what I'm saying. You can see the cup as half empty. I want to see it as half full. Sure, Kwame. Mishia Penny Bino catch him say me ba Supreme Court ache. And I'm say enye never. And never be saying no he helps in the development of the law. BBS is say minim say eno kra be kan wasema mame ayi akwadonko free away free mu.
That's so sad, eh?
Yeah. But ushe ya mra no ne ade a I don't think the framers anticipated such a situation in an exact manner. Enti yeah, the article 54 okoshe ayi CI 127 regulation 17 no a ye betimi de adi hu nkobo but is na issue statement say mra no nye so clear. Enti as say ye di sa nkomo na ehwe sa name yi the cause of Parliament Kwame me de me say how I see the cup as half full and not half empty ni say obia behu ni smoothness level. The Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament Albert Sumana Alban Sumana Kingsford Bagbin what shall say who the smoothness level. And when they say he has gone back to the very forum and now a chamber say he could sit in Parliament and cite the Supreme Court for contempt. One is answer. I was said to me na wanye only and you was like call mu anim biom say atemuafo yi mesremo de mo kan no me ne mo nya adwen say ni nti o de atokrata so de akọ ama ne lawyers na de akọ na Kwame se na onyi wo mutumi amra ne de ama o mu eni se ebro ono ne de ba mra ncheche mu eso a enko be yesa de wo ye no enti me sa na misimu no but chairman general in the end again any the cause of Parliament me pese me kai empeni e bua no mu edi animu no say to me eni ho afebo
to me nya dey
eni ho afebo
to aso
because power can only be transient and na okokokokokokokra o mere ebeso
yep
bibiara wo ahyase no e wo na wieye bibia wo ahyase no e wo na wieye obia ni wonu mu atumidie wo be di ama na broso ama just sabi akowie perioda nobody enti bre aye di ama no yema yani enku hu
but me misa sama akona to aso I didn't think ma Speaker Bagbin adjournment Senate no
Kwame
no osday
me metma kan nyane say na wa hunu say the oyeye
you are speculating his mind
me say me say then or kind
no kind
what did he say
not reading his mind
Manti asenkra saying ti a original so ka say
I can supply that.
Make I say when you BB from Supreme Court.
Okay there. Oh yeah, if I article 102 and 104. 102 each there. You need 1/3 to be able to constitute a quorum for
the
parliamentary business.
Okay.
But when it comes to decision,
decision,
you need 2/3.
Yes. I think
half. More than half.
Yeah, more than half.
No, half. You need half.
But they don't
and half is 138.
Exactly.
They don't have that.
Exactly. And so on the basis of these two, one, they could continue with business, but if it came to decision, I want to on the basis of that, Cindy no chong hokare.
Interesting.
No, the bottom line, the entity na why yes had yen. Me nhwe hon mo kese. The make kwesi nyina ne say ogitum wonimu ama wasoma na wo mo twitwa je no ne lawyers say. Wo mo emfa nidie nkoma Supreme Court to say asem no aba no they will have the final say.
But Kwamina, maybe said I wanted clarity. Did he not say there one kind when your communication be from Supreme Court?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, just that and left it.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
So he mentioned that he had received some communication from the Supreme Court.
But then what is the effect? He just mentioned that and leave it.
Yeah.
The communication was that let it stay.
That you cannot vacate anybody's seat.
Exactly.
Yes.
Come in.
And why and
the procedure quickly that what the information I supplied on the 18th now Supreme Court says so that is it. Pronounce on it. Then you go back to them. But you have gone back to them when the very things they told you have failed to comply with.
Interesting.
Kwame,
let's see how it pans out.
The me when you say Supreme Court is rather going to take a stronger position than what they did.
You're speculating at this point.
Yes, and I will tell you why. This is my view. No. Article 97 1G now. Speaker Bagbin. Edeka say overketi 4 members be one mu seat no. One no ntiase no wati. 2. Apart from say what he say on to me ko di parliament for ba 2025 e ho asem no. Adia na wo ye no wo se wa ye no. Sempo enka parliament we mu ena nka esia chairman general by article 112.5 and 6 read together he is encumbered by law oni who to me so be kase over keti seat bi the entina me kasa okay article 1125 now say whenever a vacancy occurs in parliament the clerk of parliament shall notify the electoral commission in writing within 7 days after the vacancy occurred, and a by-election shall be held within 30 days after the vacancy occurred.
That article has been amended.
Which one? 1125. Amended to what? To say
112, so 112 instead of 7 days, I think it's 30 days or something. It's been amended.
Right. But whatever it is, I haven't seen the amendment. The important point I'm making is that who acknowledge a seat as vacant, automatically it triggers a by-election. Now, of course, 1126 now, Kwame will say, notwithstanding clause 5 of this article, a by-election shall not be held within 3 months before the holding of a general election.
Ain't he declaring the seats vacant? That's it when you're by-election. It is uncomforting any MP.
No, that is not the way to read it. Because you cannot go and hold a by-election to replace the vacant seats, no, you cannot declare a seat vacant.
Why?
That's my position.
Yeah, that's it.
And I'm saying that the Supreme Court will read it as such. That's my view. I'm convinced. Because, Kwame, you cannot vary the number of seats in Parliament from 275 to any less number. Now, vacancy seats 4. What it means is that you are varying the number of seats we have in Parliament from 275 to 271 ahead of the expiration of that Parliament on the 6th of January 2025. This is my reading of the law.
Well, let's see what the people who interpret the law say.
That the framers of our constitution, right, Parliament, or say you must have not less than 140 MPs. And you vary from that 200 to 230, you go to 275. And then Parliament, a 205 member house. house.
275.
275 member house.
Plus SAR, so 276.
Well, SAR hasn't come in.
Current parliament.
Current one.
I'm not talking about future parliament.
But Munchwano, Yedinkomo.
Yes.
A picture there because 3 months, yen to me elections.
Yes.
May a member of parliament on the ticket of MPP.
Yes.
Nama parliament.
Yes.
Let me use the Wayoseni case.
Yes.
They say here my cross. He was with NDC. Says here my cross.
Yes.
In the
Yes.
we have just 1 month.
Yes.
Because yen to me election.
Yes.
So you are saying that when I have sinned against the provision of the constitution, because you to me election, therefore the seat cannot be. You can't give such.
Me say.
You can't.
Why can't I?
I mean,
I am telling you that when you want to declare a seat vacant, a sequence. I'm reading the law together.
But
please, this is
Kwame,
my
wrap up
of the law.
Wrap up on your law.
The American yan say, Kwame, one more frame your constitution who say a bedroom bribi. Any say ultimately declare seat vacant because of the confusion it can cause. Any say obet me at the number of seats in parliament. So when you don't have the power to do that.
So what about if someone died?
Good.
But
so
then that person that's also
hold on.
The number of seats.
No. When
the
someone
died.
No, please. When someone dies, you are not reducing the number of seats in parliament.
It's been reduced.
No, it's the absence of the person who is dead. But the seats in that parliament will remain 275.
There's reduction. See,
-1.
Yeah, -1.
Assuming
NDC 137.
Please.
No.
We are not in the Supreme Court.
Assuming 137, and then one got.
It's not helping me.
One died.
Let's not make those assumptions.
Those numbers will not.
What I'm saying is that the seats in parliament is not the same as the parliamentarians in parliament. Argument I mean, no.
Well,
the seats in parliament is not the same
made.
as the number of parliamentarians in parliament at a sitting. Kwame,
it's 10:30. But we could tell Allotey Jacobs.
Right, Honorable Speaker Bagbin. I want to say, Supreme Court, I would to me one branch mu eseno into ordinance makoda womo. Ye nyina ye ntwan na the Supreme Court no beka no. Eno na edibe ya adwuma. Say ye ne omo ya adwene, ye ne omo nya adwene o. Eno na ye mra no say ye mfa nya adwuma medase.
Medasi bebre Bernard Allotey Jacobs. But your remains in Como.
Lawyers are all good to go to. I mean, your time in them gang. Constitution. I'm a bit young. Now, Kwame has wrong.
Oh, baby.
I can't do it. I get you. I'm coming from a political perspective.
Me too.
Last week, it was a coup d'etat. A parliamentary coup d'etat. And I will emphasize on it. A parliamentary coup d'etat. There's a motive behind the whole thing. Because we share proceedings, you know. And you see, the MPP were smart. Because the parliamentarians you couldn't form a quorum to take a decision.
They knew.
And they give that respect to Afenyomake as leader of the majority caucus. Since you are a majority, a minority.
Yeah.
Obia repeal. But you see, the whole modus operandi was to soil, destroy government's business. The quest for power.
Nancy, then you fancy.
And there, a new bill for tomb. A new bill for tomb.
As you repeat tomb.
A new bill for tomb. No, Madam Assembly is for Parliament. Until now, I agree with Kabila. Well, you are going for a review of the decision that was taken by Adi. But you see, the standoff is my concern. The JJT, the Amimala, the Supreme Court has no authority over Parliament. Now, so at the end of the day, there's our Parliament there. We'll review decision and we're taking.
As our Supreme Court.
Is it? You are putting this country on a tenterhook. yenyim zobesi hwe kakra an go si na Ghana yenyim Ghana fo meyete Kwame
Allotey,
when you fear the unknown is when you take such strategies. The most strategy are afi to disrupt Parliament. What's about the Synod? Synod was a Synod was a Synod was a Synod.
ABC Synod Day, ABC Synod Die. It's all correct. There are different pronunciations. But a lawyer for no night, what because Synod Day.
Synod Day.
Yeah, but anyway, Chedo.
Synod Day and obey here no. Obey in the sense there. Since you are government business, you may be all the way. More on Ghana. Okone kanen. Aman for asheda. Also Synod Day. Nti ojede obi anko. Nti on recall Parliament. Nti abane adwuma so ye den on kodo. Ewa mo be yin there. The very people that you want to redeem. Ewa, you are starving same people. Eswenye maybe all the was to Parliament more approve. Now man for 1 year adwuma wa ye. No 1 year sika was to his membeti. I said Abi. And see, the whole thing is we will be the majority and we'll tell Ghanaians that we have taken over reins of power. That's what it means.
And they turn around and say only one side has power.
Ewa, they are using the constitution as a bullet to hit Ghanaians and not MPP government. Because at the end of the day, Ghana for no over suffer. Now so Obacho, they will go and draw their salaries. Ne una the minya benefit one. They are at home crying. Ghana for now won't share ni tum ofinyamiwo. Kwame, me be there. When you are winning elections, you can see it. Until them be so there, what is happening in your region? It has never happened. You could campaign about MPP those days. And you more than 200 people who generally are saying. Mekachi will be there. Your time with Volta region has come to an end. Also, a rental crowd. Yo! Rental crowd in there. From every constituency to constituency, thousands of people. A win elections are. When you're on a Oko Oti region here, or him paramount chief. Also, oh yeah, me yo there yen to mama MPP for 1 seat. It tells you what is to come. And so Kwame, here you from where to them ma. Eja Kabila no we go see your law. Yeah. Article so me article so. O me is me nti. Article anyi there. O manin o woman there do my yes. Article so.
Everybody know. O me is me nti.
O me is me nti. Article o me yen wo to yen. Only do road ya or ya me wo. Mabadua.
Or you do al on your L.
Allotey, you know better. Okay, the man bejatum.
But in reality,
is it Kwame?
yeah.
Yes. Yeah, Piritum. Yes. Ghana and Wuchiraba. Yes. Development will take place unprecedented. Yes. Yema, nananum, busuafo, cousins, womma, to more pass aqua vocational, work technical, to more secondary schools. Work on the free. Yes. Not there. Or man or kwakan. you don't put brakes on the development of a nation through constitutional constitutional one. Yeah, we can was a match pass album. Kwame. Oh, match pass enjoy. If you want match pass, yeah, fine. A baby who up Parliament be or Botchwey. But you on sit there in your kusum. Here, bra, here, boy, here, culture. We think from such things. And say, Abababi, Mr. Maman title, Lieutenant Colonel Sumana Babi. Cheddar,
or Lieutenant Colonel, Lieutenant Colonel on your title.
Oh, I'm
your rank.
Oh, your rank, but I'm Maman title. Oh, John go be that. Oh, go be that.
Now, baby, we do something to Munkobi.
Nah, Messiah. Ghana from paying for one sorry. I'm happy the US Embassy was about the visa obey issue Ghanaians, especially in this close to these elections. A bit more wire trouble causes are one more visa. More on America pay on your Europe. Masterman.
Peace 104.3 Kokoko Jimedina near to our sonum. I always say we can make our interpretations of the law, but the final say rests with the Supreme Court. That is Kwesi Reynolds Aguna Odobing. And then I'm presently at Winneba. I know how Afenya Markin is full of confidence. He is almost on the lips of every individual. Chosa in Taifa. A day and no abai. Dr. Kwabna Bonfe, A.K. Kabila, has explained the controversy, and I'm grateful. Government business must not come to a halt, and that's why the Supreme Court ruling must be respected by Speaker Bagbin. Let our conscience be our guide. Erica Ponsa-Boateng, tax expert. Kwabna Bonfe has a point. 275 seats, and Parliament and the Speaker should know better that it cannot be less than that. We also have to make things clear in our constitution. Master Planner Junior Kintampo. What at all is Speaker Bagbin doing to Ghanaians? What have we done to deserve this from him? He shouldn't forget the evil men do lives after them. Baggio Kumasi
NDC winner Obasanjo speaker. That's all. Now Emperor praying now.
Damn no I drink you.
I'm telling you. What else could be the motivation? Sure.
Well, I wouldn't know.
But I mean, they were using the precedence. The MPP wrote to Michael Kwe, the Esiama, since I know independent, honestly, should be ruled out. And then on them.
Well, let's see what the Supreme.
MTN. Oh yeah. Parliament or Chema as all independent. You see, this kind of hypocrisy.
Many others.
He knew the period was too close that you could not. You were incumbent by law.
Why do you toy with the destiny of this country?
You are reading them.
Yes, of course. That's my view.
You
disagree with me.
Because election may not be conducted in Chede when you are palpably sin against the provisions of the law, you will not be pronounced on. No, at all.
But the portion of that constitution now, it needs a review because despite you contesting on a ticket of a party, you are representing a constituency. And see, I catch on them more about Parliament. A program and a loan be it will benefit your constituency. Navy was a wussy tire vacuum. You shouldn't be there. Vacant.
I mean, I'm making a back at them restaurant. 17 minutes to the top of the hour, 17 minutes to 11 o'clock on Peace 104.3. And Sampine, the Kumasi mayor, says this Sini Dai Bruhaha makes the NDC and the speaker no majority. Majority is enjoyed in the House of Parliament, not in constituencies and individual offices. Okay. 80. If they want the majority, it should be in the House of Parliament. Closing comments. Meet my bed 3 4 minutes. Sorry. So, but Kofi Nyakon in Holland says there's no permanent position in politics. Some people think a particular position is property. Ghanaians don't owe anybody. Majority of Ghanaians will decide. One question: has the free SHS not kept the long queues off you? We are all stress-free from school fees, unlike in the past 80 years before this. Number one is divine. It is possible. Kofi Nyakon in Holland. Kwame, now closing comments.
Yeah, Kwame.
Yes, sir.
Ma oka won't you share one pay? Yeah, Mame Equadonco, Yame Infant Crency.
Amen.
Nayama. Yebusan foso yako kwame wa kukudu wa ko school krampo ko school a itum de school kakra de twitwa ho na de krampo odu baby a bogom baby wo ha no krampo no yedenmo azomejire
yeah
nanso mami wenyina ho ankada bibi botume sanka oyinu si ho a chede acha kukuduru mapa nti oye obi a acha de oman nchechire ye nwa wa ko school ngotin nso se nyame bo no wa monyansa otum da ka ho ma ye da chire oman mo aye oye ya de ne na nsa ya nti asampapa be mo biara nyame mfa ne kransie na ebusuafo so onkusa onhyazin na kwame ma ebepu emu wo anope ahihya to ho inde 37 days to go. You see suspense printing of presidential ballot papers and Europeans nomination for GFP. One release now was that bench there. Oh yeah, Ghana Freedom Party. Yeah. Party in Haswati. The one on do
10 days.
Na one for candidate for Fambra.
Yeah.
Na ma oya contentious. So social media. Binu bi said oh no chere say wa suspender. No chere ma wa printing na ayaka democracy. FM. Na sense a Kwame nche onya hwe. Nche botum yakade nanyim wo ho. Ane se yenya nimpa foforo mo ba oya Ghana Freedom Party ye bokwa akahye bibia se na ne absurdity a obotum za ba no chede de bi oba be president ekwan bia don ye da mame ekodonko otase krampo a obonwi na manu de sumuna do na mfanda party sakasi oye MPP na NDC na bibi dam wesi wo damabria mame ekodonko ne di wesi na se ye kre ye jan da mausa na ekodonko na abedu ye jan na se ye kokoto na ekoto manyimpa wa bofana it will be a certain absurdity.
Yeah.
Nti Electoral Commission won't one president. Sande se ye kre ye jan na yimo ho a e banya binu ma abotu akwakoto aman. Na so ye da ye to e man na yakoto am obi a wewu. Nti kwa biado ode wotum na womama nsesa oba wonya obi a ofi ni party ni mu a obotum na nyima abadado na ya print ballot papers ni bio ye ntum yanka de ye kwaka ye re-balloting sana Kwame se ka re-ballot na ma ye ba ya sabosum ekuru na phone se bien na wakwan amanfo aboka ayeye oye dummy ballot papers a wa o de kriaba nti ntum disadvantage ho de ye sanso ya kwaka ye bibi fofor madam wa kwaka she all over na bi oso o de ma yakaya ballot ne second o da bo omani na dawul ache de ha na meda nti sa kai bibi foforo na se bibi foforo sira ba obeye za oho nti onye da positions balloting positions ye botumi akere sesi ade yes san na mom the best we can do only there GLP what the fresh so I'm for fresh candidate amba no cha ballot papers na ye bokwa kayen say we must maintain the positions but her place must remain blank na ma ochatu yeah but that's how I think that
kwame na to ese mo ochatu
yeah how was it ochatu yes
kwame na to we shall ignore dual Allotey Jacobs
ojo oya wazam
What was it? Oma being dada. Also, these are questions. We're going to say Bawumia 5 questions.
Yeah.
These are five questions. Now, Gwami, I come now on ye time. See, oya da umbu or mani na.
Mama poses 5 questions.
Kwabna umbu.
Bawumia fires back 50 questions.
Kwabne, mase o man paying dada umbu man umbuye. Osande. Se o man paying ne bedechi Bawumia amban ho mbazin wan yada. O man nyina yaja tum mbibiara otidam yade simpi yade suwa ma wan yada begina simpi ndu na fika ma o man nyina yante o man no so yante wonum kasa madre ba na no yehwo na no yedena de minti ibu hia ni nti enyim da hia ne yelmu wadwuman eba ka kire hia ma yaja tum aja kudalite yaja tum ma yato abana mo azameche this o man nyina we can go to hell baloni na ka gina baby na the bisa questions Kwame mamfama anusia
face you answer akake baby
wo British Council one
wojo horo
yonzi
ankokwa
won for questions no
aba debate ba ye ka ba mi erbo no tinka no gwan e ka ba mi erbo no ba mo gwan inde we ka gina baby you'll be 5 questions
yeah catapult questions
e ka de bo mi ahiba no ye
yeah, my fan office. One go to Paris because for about me, boy. Yes, them go away. Was ready to
Papa, His Excellency Ambassador Baba Kamara, ECOWAS Special Envoy on Terrorism.
ECOWAS Special Envoy on Terrorism, Ambassador Baba Kamara. Okay, Ichiana no pay Yamanumo. Obestati, only list a man for sending me. I've overlooked. You may pass a me to Asukra because you see me refi I am mammy, Yenya Bapenny, Justice Henrietta Mensah Bonsu, Justice of the Supreme Court. It's on Chana no pay papa. And I mean, ya ba me sweetheart Yasafuri, Utie no pay, we chapa papa Yasafuri. And I mean, ya be ma Kipi. Good morning, Kipi. One love, thank you. Kwabra, yapon.
Yeah, Chairman General. Me feel say the ekoso oboko no omanpani ene the National Security Council. Mati the Chieftaincy Minister ewo ho. Womu entu anamo bia wombetu na womu enyusu lay down processes binuma ankan yetimi di djuma ma ehon mo ye adwobrel no. Me visa mpanini bi da so tiase ikobusa wo mo kwan on fa so ma ehojo ya me visa on be kire kwan e be fa so emra ye wo mu nyemrepa na maka ne sa wie no kwa me na me ka se ye woni pa bi no so wo no mo a wo mo enyam fa so afiri basabasa ya ekoso ewo boko no na mu visa mu benya no sa da emre ye ninka so you will not continue to profit from problems in Boko. One day you'll be exposed. Now exposure no so be bad. Mo ho be da hon moma ani wo kra ahwe ya mo be pe bibu fufuro se yemfa nyamo. Nipa ye di ye te hon mo nyina so yen kai se sebi enye nipa kum ne be ma waye nipa chen obi. ɛna ni sɛ woyɛ nipa kyɛn obi bɔɔbra sɛde nyame si bɔɔ wo na yɛmfa biribiara nkɔ so yie tabangye no ayɛ maame akwadɔnkɔ deɛ no yɛma abusua no yɛakɔ
amen
na electoral commission akrata ɔde bɛtu dwa na ma yɛhu sɛ mmara yɛwɔ sesia yi no ɛnna na di pefe kwan a yɛmfa so nsɔfo saa problem nanso so wɔn afa futusɛm bi afiri article 50 ɛyɛ clause 4 no a wɔkyerɛ sɛ sɛ obi wu ɛna aka ansa na yɛba bɛto aba na anamo bi a ɛsɛ sɛ yɛtu chairman jemna mefi sɛ anamo na wɔn atu sɛ wɔn ma ɛyɛ Ghana Freedom Party for kwan sɛ wɔn obi foforɔ mmra no ɛyɛ nneɛma mmienu Ghana Freedom Party betumi aka sɛ in honor of the woman wɔn mfo obi ankɔ enti ɛba ne saa ida sɛ maame na ne photo bɛda hɔ no anaasɛ sɛdeɛ minister Kwamna Duncan suggest yɛbɛ yi maame ne di afiri hɔ no ba yɛyi maame ne mfoni afiri hɔ no a na kyerɛ sɛ print ballot papers no foforɔ Chairman General said it is possible that there will be a rearrangement of the numbering if new balloting. But say EC decided say
to be unfair.
This is my view.
But to be unfair, they can't rearrange.
Oh. If the GFP decides say woman for
that must be blank.
Now you decide.
So leave it blank 5.
Well,
3.
To leave it blank in the on the weight of issues one mono at the cost and expense to the state, now. Yeah, but
that is better.
Auntie, GFPS, GFP4, no one trunk come electoral commission, no electoral commission and decide. The nation must begin to be thinking about such situations going forward. Now BBC that the last point 50 questions from former president
5 questions from former president
5 questions from former president to current vice president and a current vice president who is also running to be president on the ticket of the MPP. One fire no back with 50 questions. Former president is occupying an office of state. Tell him, sir.
Yeah.
How is he carrying himself in that office of state presently? Ono so 1 year, ono so say o de odema. Na mesre vice president. Said the first former president 5 question no. Well, I could be that. But me sure say so to me yeah no now so on only 50 question no you demanded from former president say ono so
Kwame da say na obisi Kwame
na min come from Mobia say uncle can graphic 32 daily graphic
Jamas was deputy to Harry Sawyer. That's it.
Oh, Harry Sawyer. Harry Romulus Sawyer.
Anything you name?
Yeah.
Wow.
Harry Romulus.
Goatee
with his goatee. Yeah.
And you're not Jocelyn. Sister.
Hey, Jocelyn. Yeah, you know the papa. Now, Allotey. Iron Man say Iron Man also been capture the next weekend or about Cape Coast for a France Prim speech day. Yeah. Into invite Awo to the homecoming.
Next week never be the kakra speech day.
Speech day.
Maybe in a walk off. Into Makacho on the one guy represent him.
Now Kwame na obisi been capture the you see Obi ko Mahaman office toilet.
Gwami, I disagree with Kwamna on the issue of the death of Ekwadongo. May she rest in peace. Yeah, he wokochwa loto. The mbalotin or a loto. Ekwadongo wewu. Non governor Angaza Obia you obutume bebeja.
Empocho no
assume
that's unfair to say.
Assuming there
it's unfair to say.
Assuming there
It's unfair to say that.
Assuming there Obia to Mamba forward. No. Enyima. In two political parties. Obotumu wa Zaguru wa Honda ma Sobobu Sombo. Kwame. Sir, assuming there Obia Ma. No, a shifting cultivation. Or a musical chairs in Mubuka because into me a triple jump. In few no so and so phone call no matter.
Message no coded. My answer my catcher.
Mega.
Yapon.
Into me a triple jump. Name fee one no more being and cash no matter. But me just there these few days Electoral Commission they will come out. Or about in
but the Electoral Commission has issued a statement already.
Developmental or take place in years there and or there were damn musical chairs now there or you're shooting cultivation. Kwame last year to them again Obi said there Osunobi is bigger than Obi President Mahama say is far bigger than Bawumia nti onko adi any debate wa yi nti sijala nana angasa so we go through questioning
why catapult
catapult ya
catapulate
Kwame
yeah
capitulate sorry
oh yeah the man
you mean capitulate
yes, on the he has capitulated on his own word.
Allotey
I there Amafu we get it what is this wala munese enko ayi debate na give us 5 questions maybe the British Council wanna or a good man we be ni for us to know the obia obotu mejina na questions are what the botu name
the question we you I think President Mahama is not abreast of happenings in Ghana. Inflation for the month of September is 21.5% and not 50%, as President Mahama said in his question to Dr. Bawumia.
Kwegu bako ata kwame na yazina mo. Also today. Also because oh, kwame na kan. Ojam kwame na yazina mo nche wati. Also ba mi aribo. Allotey area. Okay. Nyami Aduma, next week Wednesday we shall host Kwame Duncan, Bernard Allotey Jacobs, and James Kwabena Bonfet. Morning.
Say if you look at the thousands of people
next week,
who attended Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia rallies were Volta region. What do you say?
I don't know.
Oh, you should know. You know the dynamics of that region.
Kabila. Professor Kingsley Nyaku says Kabila is hiding. I'm sure you are the one who understands why he's saying that.
I'm looking for him. Rob, I'm looking for you.
You are hiding.
I'm looking for him.
Now, Allotey, why who pictures the videos not Otto then?
Prof shouldn't hide from me.
Allotey.
Yeah.
Why who pictures the video not Otto then?
Oh, yeah, Volta. By rallies, you know.
I said, man, you're Pataku, they don't do watching
thousands of people where Muhu Sakrabu do put that the echo of Volta region. Mama campaigns are making the youth, thousands of youth.
But
win elections are.
But also, Ebeja with your experience, the crowd doesn't always mean votes.
No, the crowd means votes.
It doesn't. Miss, it doesn't always.
In the late 60s.
Bedema.
In
Okay.